Never had the heart to pray. Never thought I'd find the way, but now I do. But now I do. She is Destiny Chukunyere, and she is saying amen. And I'm saying amen along with her to that beautiful voice, the immaculate stage presence, the power, the passion, the force that is Destiny. Should we talk about Malta at Eurovision 2020? Let's do You guys, this is just so wonderful. It's like watching your child grow up. Me, Angus, and Debin were all at Junior Eurovision in Bulgaria when this queen slayed her way to the top with Not My Soul. Well, she still got that soul, but the soul is more refined now. She's really grown into her voice. She always controlled it, but it just feels so powerful and so controlled, really. The voice is so big, you could see a singer with lesser skill kind of being overwhelmed by it, but Destiny owns it. She absolutely owns that voice, and it's put to good use on this track. All of My Love is toe-tapping, soulful, funky, but very pop. This is not so soulful that it becomes a church spiritual. This is still very much a pop song, which would translate well in the UK, America, Oga Wagadugu, you name it. This would tick the boxes for so many people. I think you can read the song in two ways. She could be singing to her man, thanking him for all of his love, or she could be singing to her man above, thanking him for all of his love. I'm getting a sister act Whoopi Goldberg spirituality feel, kind of, ain't no mountain high enough kind of vibe. Long story short, I think this toes the line between jury bait and televote, slayage. It's just perfectly placed, and she absolutely nails it from start to finish. That was never going to be a question. I'm just glad they gave her a song that's really age appropriate. It doesn't feel like this is for a much older woman. But it doesn't feel like a kiddie song. It's really good for a young woman coming into her own. Angus.
Listen, representing Malta was her destiny child. That's all I have to say here. I heard it, and I have to admit, because expectations were astronomical for this, and for Hershad, Such and Jenny, I was a smidge disappointed because I was listening to the song and I was waiting for the because it kind of built so well, and actually I was on the London Underground at the time, and I was heading towards the tunnel, and I was like, am I going to get to the climax before we get into the tunnel? Because I don't want to get cut off at that point. And I had the song in full, and I was kind of racking my brain. I was like, this is really good, but there's something missing, and I don't know what about it is not quite that. And then I realized the missing thing is her live vocal, which is what is the kind of thing that elevates and sets the song apart, because it's the kind of thing that you're like, technically brilliant, great production, fabulous voice, catchy, smart pop melody that Malta has got really good at doing in previous years. But there was nothing that sort of made me think, this is it. And then I realized the is her live vocal. It's the kind of song you hear it live in the arena, and everyone suddenly falls in love with it and goes mental for it in the actual kind of Eurovision fortnight. So I thought this was really good. I almost wish it had been a smidgen more upbeat. I think Not My Soul was kind of the perfect vehicle for her as a teenager. And I think this was just a little bit too mid-tempo, perhaps. I sort of kept waiting for that kind of soul pop explosion or drop to happen. That didn't quite get there. But I do think, had we got to Ahoy in Rotterdam to see this on stage, that was the moment that I would have got there. Kind of missing, hi, Harry, je ne sais quoi, that I was looking for. But I thought this was really strong. I think she's fantastic. And yeah, hopefully Malta gets to send her next year, because she's a fantastic representative for them. And, she's super talented. She's great. And no, I do enjoy the song. I just wish it was on Spotify. Note to the record label. It would be great if we could stream it.
Now I know your words are true. My heart is filled with gratitude. It's only you I'm living for, Lucy.
This song takes me to another world. It is beautiful and it's so good. And what I just got from it the first time I listened to it is she's just, when as soon as she won Junior Eurovision, we all knew she was going to go to Eurovision at some point. You don't get that with every junior Eurovision winner. You really don't. But we've all been waiting for it for what? Did you say it was in 2016, her junior Eurovision? 15, sorry, 5 years. We've been waiting for this, and I think it was worth it. The way she's just become so mature. There's a really fantastic maturity about it without it being boring. I think that she just elevated it to this absolute, like, almost mystical power of just, it's so high quality. And I mean, it is a Borislav song, and you can kind of get that, despite the fact that all three of his songs in Eurovision this year were so wildly different. But it is just top quality. And she would have qualified for the final, not even a question. She would have been top 5. Because like Angus says, I think a lot of people are missing that it's going to win. And I do genuinely believe part of that comes from the fact that it's not on Spotify yet. We haven't had a chance to stream it 10,000 times yet. But I think as soon as it was A, on Spotify, B, on stage in Rotterdam, I think everybody would have just gone mental for it. And I think it was a contender. I really do think that. I think it's brilliant.
All of my love, like a river running wild. Every brother, mother, child. Now we found each other. Don't let me down, Devin.
From child star to self-empowered young woman, this is absolutely excellent. You know, you talk about, it's not on the digital music platforms. Actually, you mentioned Spotify, but actually it's not even on the Google. It's not on Apple Music. It's not on those platforms. But when the video dropped on YouTube, I tell you, it clocked 1 million hits in like no time. Post handing in my score, which you'll get to know in a minute, I've had conversations with the songwriters recently. You know, this is a Symphonics production, Caesar Samson, Borislav Milanov. William, Lucy, and Angus, did you know that this song was literally recorded in Vienna? And I don't know how I think William's familiar with this in terms of how Symphonics approach production. They do sometimes up to like 25 drafts of song to get the perfect cut. Destiny was like pretty much a one take. It was like, okay, this is a song, deliver it. This girl slays instantly. And we all know that live, she even takes it further. I think this is really good. It marries R&B with soul, radio pop. There's a gospel undertone. There's even sort of like Chicago house influences in this, you know, especially like, you know, towards the end where all of my love. Oh, this is so beautiful. And I cannot love this song anymore. In fact, this is one of the sort of the scorings I had to sort of approach more honestly, because I was so biased towards the 10 out of 10, and I had to kind of hold back and just kind of look at it with clean and fresh eyes. I love this so much, and I really hope that, did you guys see the stars paying tribute to her, from Ira Loss to Claudia Faniello to Christabel to Michaela to Gal Cauchi, and all these people put up, you know, like a really moving tribute to her singing. I was just so touched by that. And yeah, I love Destiny Chukunyere. I mean, that's no secret. William Lee Adams, take it away.
Debin, now I know your words are true. My heart is filled with gratitude. It's only you I'm living for. Now look, I think we should go around and give our scores out of 10 along with a justification. Let me kick this off with my score, which is an 8.5. Okay, I've just got to get it out there. I don't give many of these 8.5s, but my girl Destiny, she deserves it. The rhythm is what gets me here. Yes, she's got the voice. We've always known that. That's not surprising. But I love how this has a very infectious rhythm. It gets under your skin when she's talking about like a mother, brother, child. I'm just loving the syncopation. I am living for it. It's like a heartbeat, a heart that's beating very fast, and that's because of Destiny Chukunyere. Shout out to Mother Alexia. Shout out to Brother Isaiah. Shout out to her amazing father from Nigeria who slays. I just think this is a family story. It's Destiny at the center, it's the Chukunyeres around her, it's her Eurovision family around that. And I'm so glad that all of our listeners, viewers, are part of that too. Lucy.
Were you surprised? Were you surprised that the song was just dropped in pretty much one take vocally?
I'm not surprised by that. She does not need recuts. She does not need retakes because the music comes from within. You know, it's not like she's developed a voice. The voice was in her at birth. Do you know what I'm saying? This is an organ. Her heart, her voice, her spleen. It's a different anatomy to another singer. Lucy.
I also gave this an 8.5. I know it sounds good when me and Devin can agree on it. But no, it's so just brilliant. And, you know, I am kind of surprised it was one take because it's so emotional. Like, it feels like so personal listening to it. And to be able to capture that in one take, what a queen. What an absolute queen. Ugh, I really hope she can finish here. I really, really hope. I think it will be ultimate fan outrage across the board if she doesn't go.
So yeah, I have to echo the same sentiments. I think it's a really strong song for Malta. I think she's fantastic and a great voice and a talent, and they should absolutely utilize her. I give this a 7.5. I think it's really good. It's a good score. And yeah, just hoping it will make its way to digital streaming platforms everywhere, so I can stream it some more.
Yeah, you know what? X Factor Malta, y'all gonna have to rethink this Eurovision selection component because Destiny Chukunyere's destiny is Eurovision. And if Malta wants to fulfill its destiny and host Eurovision, you gotta get Destiny in that show to make Destiny happen. In any case, we of course are not the only Wiwi bloggers. There are dozens of them all over the world, and they have.
And there is Devon Adoration from blog.com who needs to drop his score. And you know, I've given this an 8.5 as well. I think that this would have comfortably been in the top 5, hands down. But I actually think beyond that, I think this could have actually won Eurovision. It has very strong jury appeal. And I think that Destiny Chukunyere has Eurovision fan vote as well, because people remember her for Junior Eurovision. People remember her supporting Michaela. And the Eurovision fans who vote would have actually responded to this. And I think in terms of televote, this straddles radio pop. This straddles, gospel, it straddles house, it straddles soul, and there is a really warm, authentic believability factor. And whilst some of the other studio cuts would have had live shortcomings, this is the one that would have actually elevated live. Post handing in my score, I now know what they plan to do visually, and I know that it was going to be a very strong choral moment with the backing vocalist coming in to kind of surround her on stage, post-chorus. I know and Malta were really going to throw a lot of resources at this, which is something they haven't really done since Iroloska. So, this is one of the entries and one of the acts that I think is, it's going to be deeply unfortunate that this won't move on to 2021 if they don't. I mean, it's all still up in the air at the moment. 8.5, and that is 8.5 just trying not to be biased because I kind of started off with a 10 on this one. So yeah, but there are other Wiwi bloggers, William E. Adams, aren't they?
Yeah, and they would probably also say that Michaela had very expensive staging in Israel. In any case, when we take the overall global average, this is crazy. The score is 8.1. 8.1. That is just astronomical. We only have, I think, 3 songs this year with scores over 8. So that tells you that this is in the race to win.
Wow, not surprised.
Yeah. The thing with Destiny is she actually sounds better live than she does in studio, because live everything is sanitized, but then when it's, studio everything is sanitized, but when it's live you get the texture, you get the emotion, you get the raw power that is Destiny. In any case, that's what we think. What do you think? Are you hopping on a flight to Malta? Do you think that Destiny's destiny is to win Eurovision? Do you prefer Destiny Chukunyere or Destiny's Child? Let us know here on Wiwi Vlogs.
Make sure to subscribe to the channel, give us a like in the comments below, let us know what you think about Destiny, all of my love, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another video from Wiwi Vlogs.
follow us on all our socials, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Wiwi Blogs.
Did you know that her Instagram is actually Destiny Official? Well, you better follow her on that. And she is available on other platforms as we are. We're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're on Snapchat, YouTube, Tumblr, Pinterest. And we have a podcast on Spotify where we'll be talking more Destiny Chukunyere, hopefully.
All of our love. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.